Have you ever experienced a regular game that triggers bouts of uncontrollable rage? Followed by blissful joy 15 minutes later, quickly replaced by despair. No? Then let me introduce you to Escape from Tarkov. Many games boast the ability to light a fire under your ass with a gentle breeze of defeat. But Tarkov, like gum stuck to your ass, makes you experience an unreal spectrum of emotions over and over. First, it starts with a small to yellow hammer on the lips, reminding you that your nervous system has endured too little today. Then a masterpiece lead explodes on you like honey, drenching your already dirty soul. But as soon as you feel relief for a moment, the almighty Nikita blesses you, and out of nowhere, a wild gear chat squad swoops in, taking it all away. They strip you of your gear, simultaneously delivering a beating for your disrespectful death from their fully kitted M4A1 with a fire rate of 800 rounds per minute and a recoil build of 26, or in human terms, a badass gun. And now let's talk about the love of many – weapon customization. After 7,000 hours, it's like brushing my teeth. I also put something in my mouth. But I do it regularly. You can build any monstrosity that will shine for miles, or express your enemy with something obscenely ugly. But the essence is the same. You are free to do whatever you want. Of course, Tarkov is 50 shades of AK-74 on one side, but on the other, each wipe introduced something new. How about a Sand Glug? That's not unlike the full-sized one in any characteristics, right? Or an extremely useful VSK, priced like two manatees with the efficiency of a hammer without a head. By the way, regular, extremely useful updates are a game changer. Every 6 months, a series of changes appears, bolting that allows you to overcome obstacles sometimes too effectively. Expanding locations, which parallel with the increase in the map also forms a funnel in your wallet. After all, the price of PC components constantly begs the question of choosing between food and the opportunity to run a new raid on the streets of Tarkov. There's also a mandatory starting kit for entering the game. This is the lack of personal time, a tank of Vaseline for pain in the ass, and a subscription to my channel where another 1000 guides will be published. But don't think it's all bad. Changing the shoulder of the PMC even gives a bit of pleasure, because it's jerked the arm after a sprint. And what about PvP? Oh, it's unique here. When one experienced player uses 300% of their mental abilities, choosing victory perhaps by not going to the enemy with just one tooth, and the second responds in kind, a cycle of battle can form. Grenades fly in every direction, tracer bullets whistle over heads, well-played squads implement tactics seriously, and there's always the chosen one. Taking the most powerful Ultra Mega Duplet in the game, he places his unrealistic heavy tungsten balls,
and I'm not able to explain this kind of gameplay any other way.
He sits observing this for the next 30 minutes, waiting for the last surviving peasant to bring him loot. Among other things, the game is so realistic that dressing in the best gear seemingly forged by gnomes, considering its price. You'll die only 0.00005% less than if you didn't wear anything, because the fine-tuning of the plate system, body zones, damage distribution allows you to quickly die from newly spawned scav behind you. Exactly from one pellet that barely exceeds the air density.
Гоп-стоп, мы подошли из-за угла.
But the armpit will explode inside your spacesuit to hell. If you're a solo player, the most pleasant thing is the ability to team up in a party of 5 people, because it's against such teams that you'll come across during your miserable raids. Meeting another lone player, having a beautiful fight where each fights fairly to show their combat skills, is like kissing a unicorn. In fact, you'll die in 99% of cases, damn knows where from! And you might ask, Dima, if the game is such crap, Why have you been playing it for 7,000 hours? Because I am addicted. If I don't have a couple of headshots in my daily diet, I start having bouts of sanity. I'm even start to think about going outside. But guys, don't worry. The desire to try again for the hope of victory, get the coveted 3 GPU, defeating killer with a shovel, with which he'll probably feed me, and the pleasure of winning over a squad of newbies who just entered the game outweighed the chance to feast on their suffering. I no longer see crooked bushes, all these bugs, these things. They just disappear when I think I'm going to take an alter STM and open a couple of giga chests. But as they say, you can't make yourself wait to eat with a shovel. Because I'm already thinking about buying some cooling device for my 5th point, as my chair is no longer able to endure the heat influx. A frequent question, Distract. Aren't you tired of doing the same missions from wipe to wipe? I am happy to do them again. Yeg and I have been buddies for a long time, and Scavs bring canned food to the therapist instead of me. Given that, wipes happen once every 6 months, and most of the content that Nikita feeds me is exhausted in a month. The remaining 5 months are spent slowly going crazy by completing various entertaining challenges, like not using traders, pouch, stash, or the shooting function. So every wipe, like a dried up sponge, I eagerly absorb all the newly added textures on the SKS, quests in the ground zero, goof around with a new boss. But sometimes it's really hard for me to endure all this, and my psyche malfunctions. However, this is also part of the Tarkov gaming process. Ладно.